What is up, boyos? It is a Water Buffalo Man here, and we're back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan bout. Alright, so again, we have another how I will build, or how I hate when this chair does that. Another how I will build. So we're going to do this again, dive in over the whole EZA for the Universe 7's all-out offensive Android 17 Team Universe 7 because of the fact that this is the first time it's coming to global, well, because it's an EZA, and I have not covered this on the channel, so I might as well do it all in once. So they become the leader skill of Rep 7 Key 4 170, which is a really good leader skill actually, or Super INT Key 4 100% to HP attack and defense. Their super attack becomes Excel Driver Extreme, massively raises attack for one turn, causes colossal damage to enemy, and raises allies attack and defense by 30% for one turn. And then their Ultra Super Attack becomes Assault Barrier Extreme, causes Mega Colossal damage to enemy, raises allies attack and defense by 30%, and chance of performing a critical hit by 7% for 2 turns. I don't know if that's Self's crit chance by 7 or allies as well. That I'm not sure on. It does not specify, but I'm assuming it's the Self unit, because it doesn't, but it also doesn't show a comma there like saying, hey, these are 2 separate things. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not entirely sure. So now their passive becomes, clearly it stays like a human, but it becomes attack and defense 177, Key +1 up to 5, and reduces damage received by 7% up to 35%, and a chance of performing a crit plus 7% up to 35 per Rep 7 category ally on the team. So again, another unit that they're really giving a lot to damage reduction and crit. So off the start, you can already see this unit looks a lot like the prior one, the 17 in Frieza, which is going to be an additional / dodge unit, me more favoring the dodge than this one, and I'll explain why later. Plus additional attack and defense of 77%, plus an additional damage reduction of 17%, and an additional chance of performing a crit plus 17% when there are 5 or more Rep 7 category allies on the team. That's one of the reasons why I'm saying go more dodge, because if you're not running a full Rep 7 team and you're running this man, he's not going to have that additional damage reduction and crit chance. Same as in the first part, he's not going to have that fully because of the fact it needs to be a full Rep 7 team. Randomly changes key seers of a certain type to INT excluded to rainbows when HP is 77% or less, once only, that's not a big one. Plus an additional attack and defense of 77% when key is 17 or more. Plus an additional attack and defense of 77% and launches an additional super attack when key is 22 or more. So dating back to what I was saying about why I'm going to go a little more with the dodge over additional is because of the fact if you're not hitting 17 key or more, you're losing 154% to stats. And if you're not on a full Rep 7 team, you're missing all of this addition. All of this here you're missing. You're losing this additional 77% off the start. So you're actually missing more than that. You're missing like 200 and some odd percent. I'm not going to do it on top of my head. It's like 231%, I think. And then you're missing all the damage reduction, all the crit buffs, and depending on how many Rep 7s you have, you're missing a good amount of this part of the passive as well. So if you're not running them in that situation, you need to give them an insane amount chance to dodge. They get Key +3 per Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, and they get an additional Key +1 and attack and defense of 7% for all allies, self-excluded, plus an additional chance of 7% for crit per Rainbow Key Sphere obtained. So they're like a super support unit. I just dropped my phone. They're like a super support unit. I have my phone here, that's why I was going over my own Dokkan numbers as well. They become a high-level support, so they can actually buff allies with attack and defense, as well as giving them increased chances to crit. So what I'm looking at, let's look at their active skill really quick. Greatly raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, all allies Key +7 for one turn. Not the greatest, but it does what it does. Mine's, again, only 69%, so mine's not the top tier, again, so mine's just a little bit better than this. But we all know that with them being a hidden potential system, they are going to be a rank A. Where is it? Rank A INT. So they're going to get the base 5,000 across the board at 100%. Which you can all see that here from the way the passive is set up down here in the stats. Why did I say passive? The way their stats are set up. But you generally, these guys are going to be another easy one. There's not a whole lot to them. You generally want to build these guys, again, evasion, dodge, more on the evasion side. So like right now, I'm looking at specifically my build on mine. Mine at 69% is a 6 additional 17 dodge with a level 1 skill orb for dodge in bronze, because that's all I have, and a 5 evasion in silver. I have a 5 evasion in silver and a level 1 in bronze, which kind of sucks, but that's all I really have at this moment. So mine's a 6 dodge, or 6 additional, 17 dodge. So what I'm recommending is if you have a 79% or higher, go with the additional, so put them at 9 additional, 20 dodge, or what technically it would be 9 additional, let me subtract my 5 from that, so it would be 9 additional, 15 additional, or 15 dodge, and then I would say 18 dodge. So you're looking at like a 9 additional 18 dodge without any skill orbs equipped. But 9 additional 17 dodge, actually more like it, because it's an odd number because of the 5 from the base that he gets built in. So again, you want to build these guys with additional and dodge in mind, or realistically, if you feel like it, just go straight evasion, because that might be your better option. So you want to go, again, additional. I'm going to pop them up on screen. This is going to be a really quick another how to build, because these guys are super simple. Go with your combo evasion, level 1 and 2. Try to go for the 2 on the evasion, so that adds 2 additional levels. I'm not going to start docking them into there in case you guys don't fully have all of these skill orbs that I'm going over, because I know I personally don't right this second. But when I do get them, this is how I'm going to build it. Go again, combo evasion. Go again with a higher number for the evasion, so 5 if you can. 1 for combo really is your best option. And then for the gold slot, you really want to go again 5-5 combo evasion. You absolutely pretty much need to with these units, because that would just drastically increase their chances of staying alive in fights. And like I said right here, he's a rank A, gets at 5,000 across the board. Where is the hidden potential system that I wanted to go over? There was one more thing I wanted to cover right here. He has built-in dodge, so he has a maximum of level 20 you can get from his hidden potential. And since mine's only 69%, he is missing out on 6 of those levels, so mine's going to be, I think, a max of 14? Let me double check really quick. Yes, mine is a max of 14 right now, because I went a little more additional in the bottom right than I did with dodge, just to give him that level 6 additional. But I'm at 69%, I'm sitting at 14. At 100% or 79%, you're sitting at about 20 dodge if you give him full dodge build, which is something I hate relying on the dodge, because I don't like the dodge myself. But this is a unit that specifically needs to go more dodge additional. But again, there you guys have it. It's not a whole lot to this. These EZAs are kind of really good. They're really solid EZAs, and Extreme Z Awakenings, I don't know why I said that twice, but they're really, really good, and they're just going to fit so well on the Rep 7 and Superheroes team. Rep 7 more or less for this guy, because you can't put him on anything else or he doesn't fit too well, but because of the way his passive works. But they're really fantastic, really straightforward. There's not a whole lot that isn't just in writing that you guys can see what you need to do. It's really straightforward, but again, this is a personal how I build and how I'm going to build, so you guys build them however you wish. But let me know if you guys like these how you builds, and if you do, leave a comment in the comment section below, and let me know how you guys built your unit. I'm interested to see how everybody built theirs. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.